going on? So you have the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and then you have the Ten of Wands. So for you Leos, right? This is a Leo reading. So for you Leos, wow. So there's the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords right here. Two seven cards right next to each other, which is powerful, right? And then you have the Ten of Wands, which is a powerful statement by walking away. Again, not allowing yourselves to be used. I'm seeing that, if you Leos, to kind of piggyback off of what I was talking about in the last Leo reading, remember how it is that I was telling you Leos about how y'all are learning how to become a lot more aware of the fact that you have opportunities and that you want to use those opportunities to your advantage, right? This is what I'm talking about. There's a crescendo to this, which is you have certain of those people, right, who are talking about you wild behind your back. You Leos have decided that, regardless of whether they talk to you about this or not, the Ten of Wands, you're going to leave them alone, regardless of if y'all had a blow up or not, regardless of if they, brought the vitriol to you finally, right? Instead of trying to hide it or not. I'm seeing how you Leos are basically getting out ahead of it and actually deciding to just stop communicating and interacting with them. So if it's on the job, you may work with them as far as on the job, and you may see them around, but you will not socialize with them. You will not romantically socialize if it's romantic, as well as if it's familial ties. You won't engage with that family member anymore. If it's friendship, you won't engage with them. Whatever capacity, whomever was talking about you behind your back, you will no longer engage with them ever again if you have a chance. The Knight of Swords and the Scorpio energy right here, right, speaks to how this is something that you Leos know, this is something that you Leos know that you're doing the right thing, because it's bothering you it bothered you that people can be up in your face and be cool with you, right? Supposedly, air quotes, cool with you, but then at the same time be so two-faced like that. In order for a person to be two-faced like that, and it's not like a job or something like this or whatnot, it speaks to how deeply of a problem they actually have. The fact that they could be cool with somebody and really put on an act so good that it can fool people, that kind of speaks to how they've got some serious issues, but then eventually their jealousy and their envy rears itself, it shows itself, and what ends up happening is that you Leos see it. And that's part of the reason why it is that you Leos don't want to have anything to do with them. It's because of the fact that that, they're starting to move differently. Because now you Leos starting to realize that it's not, that is not, you're interacting with them, and you realize that they're more now so clicking up, in the sense that you're kind of being on the outside now. They're not socializing with you. It's not including you, right? You're not a part of the group because the group includes you. It's more so they're like clicked up. They're like the cool ones, and you're just kind of on the outside of it, just far enough to where they still have you around in a circle, right? But then at the same time, it's like you're not actually on to anything at all, right? So these, I've experienced that before, these goofy type of goof troops, and so the thing is that the Five of Swords, the Strength card, and the Three of Cups here is about how, again, the Seven the okay, so the Seven of Wands. So you do have the 7 cards here. Okay, 777. So the Seven of Wands represents you. It represents how, like, again, I'm getting ahead of myself. I got ahead of myself. You were the ones that was on the outside of that, leaving that alone. Strength card, Three of Cups, and being strong enough to actually walk away from it. Like, okay, if that's how it is that they're moving with you, great. Let you get out ahead in front of it before it turns into this more powerful envy where it's like, it finds it harder and harder for them to hide their dysfunction, their envy for you, because now it's like, oh, they start to really kind of start to get blatantly antagonistic, And so the thing is that the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups here represent, so, I mean, essentially letting them think that they're in control, right? Like, oh, like trying to put on a good face, like, oh, why are you acting like that? But then you Leos know when they come at you and they ask you why they acting like that, just understand that that's their dysfunction shining through, because the two of y'all know why. It's just that they know that, right? They know why. They're envious. And the situation with you Leos is that they may not, more than likely they are more aware at the fact that you know why, but they may still be kind of like, oh, well, I'm in control. You don't know anything, right? There's also an element of that. But regardless of if it's either or a combination of the two, they know why, but they can just be delusional. If they still may ask you, like, why you moving the way that you do. Don't even worry about them. Just continue to move the way that you do. Because those are the type of people who, I've had a lot of people move like that with me too. And one thing that I'm realizing is those are the type of people who are very dysfunctional. Because it's like those are the type of people who, like, you can't, you just kind of have, like, they're out of their mind. I'm just going to say what it is. They're on the short yellow bus, but it's deep. They're on the short yellow bus. They're not really equipped for adulthood. They're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're forever gonna be like that. They're forever gonna just be like dysfunctional like that. And so the situation for you Leos is that you Leos have to understand that when they do that, if they ask you why, if they ask you why, you can always just let them know, like, hey, because you're just focused. Just tell them that you're focused. Tell them that you're focused. Tell them that you're doing your thing, and you want to concentrate on work and stuff like this. It's no thing. Reassure them. You know what I'm saying? And nothing's wrong. Let these dysfunctional, stupid individuals, think that they're in control. You know what I'm saying? Play the power dynamics. Play helpless. Oh, oh, you defeated me. Oh, powerful one. You were triumphant over the lion. You defeated me. Oh, play into that, play into that power. Play into that power dynamic, oh, you defeated me, a lot of people, put the ego is the center of who they are, and I have a video for that I actually just watched about 2 days ago, using Yu-Gi-Oh of all things, right? Season 4, the Seal of Orichalcos. talking about how, like, people will do that type of stuff basically to you, right? They will behave that way. And it's really, and I was also doing some research on other things as well, but also, again, play to the power dynamics. What these individuals made up a whole dysfunctional story in their head. They got their clique, they got their group that they are a part of, they're leading the charge of, they're popular, this is their chance to shine, so they don't want you being a part of it and all of that. You Leos don't even get upset with that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Just the best thing for you to do is just let them know, hey, listen, yeah, you won. Give them the sense of, yeah, you won. If they ask you to hang out, just tell them, nah, you're gonna remain focused on this. Just be busy. You know what I'm saying? You're handling your business. And that's your way out. You know. But for the majority of the times, just let them. As long as it doesn't get too far, which I don't think it will. It could, but I don't think that it will. Just give them the benefit of the doubt. Ideal meal. Oh, you want they need it to be dramatic. They need it to be a theater dramatic play. Just play into it, because those are the type of people who, like, they don't like, they're living in a delusion. You know what I mean? Like, the reality of the situation is that, they have a problem with you, right? But if you actually talk to the situation for real, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It'll like break their spirit. You know what I'm saying? It'll shut them down. They won't really know how to function. It's like the invasion of the body snatchers. I remember myself dealing with people who, I dealt with people like that a lot. With, like, people, that's how I know how to play it, because like, I just dealt with those types of people. I've dealt with a lot of people who, they really needed me to be the villain badly. And then, like, when I talked to the situation, it just, like, it broke their spirit to the point where it like, I don't even know how to explain it. It closed up shop for them. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't even have a person, like, the way that they were. Like, they just, I don't know, like, they were just sad. They were just, I don't even know. It's like they just didn't have a personality that I was accustomed to. They just, like, closed shop. You dig what I'm saying? And so, like, sometimes, people want to portray you as being the villain so badly, to the point where, even if it's warped, even if it's dysfunctional, my dear Leos, to the point where it's like, you just kind of have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, just so that people, real talk, just so that people won't, like, I don't know, like get lower and lower, just so that they don't keep going lower. Sometimes you just have to play the weaker one and just let people, play like they're standing over you. So let's clarify the King of Pentacles. Yeah, it gets real embarrassing like that. The Strength card is Leo, so you showed up in your own reading, right? Powerful, but it's also representative of not letting the lion loose, or in this case, the whale, right? Not letting the blue whale just do whatever, right? Powerful, but powerful, but you Leos are learning how to be gentle, because saying even the reality of the situation is enough to break people's spirit. I'm trying to tell you, like, I ain't even gonna say that. I ain't even gonna say what it is I was about to say after that. Let's clarify the Knight of Cups, shall we? Because I was about to say something, and it wasn't bad, but it just reminded me of, like, in high school, how, like, I remember when a lot of people were just on me, and then I was speaking to one of my friends who I was later I would tell you that was the one that was in my house that talked trash about me and stuff like this. It was him. I don't know how word got out so fast. I don't know who said. I don't know if he let me hear it in front of the whole student body. I don't know what it is. But when I started talking like that, the next 2, 3 days, the whole student body that I was going to school with in my grade, they were completely different. It was like the invasion of the body snatchers. They went from picking on me and having like little petty goofy dysfunctions, and it was like I wiped the board clean. Like people didn't have personalities, and it was just like this is the, and I just saw it like for what it was. That like it's not that these people have a problem with me. It's just that somebody needed to be somebody needed to be the scapegoat. And the problem is, why people got to do that? Why is the high school structure built like that in the first place? Like why is it the geeks and the cool kid? Like why like these things don't change, and it's a time for it to change. That's what they're doing with you. It's high school all over again. So let's clarify the Knight of Cups, the Moon, Chariot, Seven of Wands, a lot of sevens popping up, Nine of Swords, Emperor again, right? Just powerful emotional work that's happening with you, Leos. And you're understanding that, you're understanding what to fight for and what not to, like trying your endeavor best to be a part of like a proverbial group, because it's played out. You know what I mean? If it's high school all over again. Certain people are gonna be dysfunctional and they envious. Whatever they're envious of, whatever they haven't worked through their own problems. And so now you have the Nine of Swords and the Emperor here. That's not your problem, though. It would be your problem if you spent your time trying to get cool with them and attach yourself to them. The best thing that I can tell you, Leos, to do is to allow them to, you excommunicate them, but allow them to think that they've won, because those are the type of people who get off on those type of dynamics. They need the social hierarchy to be okay, because if they didn't have that, if they had to rely on themselves, they wouldn't be able to do it. But that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. You Leos are doing great. Just stay out of people's way. Trying to get the YouTube channel 200K. I'm at 22,200 and change. I think 20 something or 30 something. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Also, to my dear Leos, come through and get a personal reading. Would really appreciate it if you would. And the offer still stands. 15-minute free tarot reading if you buy $100 of any one of my services. Still stands, Peace.